Hello and welcome to this video. My name's David Thorne. In this video I'm going to be using Khan Academy on the 5th grade mathematics unit 1 test of place value names, and this video is just here to help you go through to understand the questions and so on, just as a helper and a support, shall we say, to Khan Academy. So with that said, let's get started with the first question. Now, the digit 4 in which number represents a value of 400? So, whoops, let's go to here. The digit 4 in which number represents a value of 400? So, if we had the value of 1, that would be then the ones. If we had a value of 25, that would be the value of ones, and this would be the value of tens. So we would have 20 plus 5 here. So this would be the ones. This would be then the tens. Right, so that would be 2 times 10. And this would be 5 times by 1, which is then equal to 25. So the digit 4 in which number represents 400s? Well, in the first one we got 422.1. Well, this is the ones, this is the tens, and this is the 100s. Okay, so it looks like this one is correct first of all. So let's now look at the next one. Well, we have 5.54. Well, these are decimal places, right? So they're going to be like the tenths and 100ths of it. So we know that this is then the ones position. So it's not going to be this one. And the next one, as we just said, the decimal 37, we can scrub that out because it's wanting the value of the 400ths. And we know that the 2 is in the position of the ones, right? And then the 4 is in the position of the tens. So we now know that C is not an option. So let's go for A, and then let's check it's correct, and it is. Okay, next question. Okay, what is the place value of the 2? So we want of the 2. Let's just activate this. And of the 2 in 329014. Okay, so we know that 3290.14. Okay, well, let's start with this. This column here is the ones, all right? And this column here is then the tens. So we've got 90 there. And this column would then be 200. Okay? So this is then going to be the hundreds, because 2 times 100 equals 200. That said, the 3 then has 3 places after it, so it's going to be 3, 0, 0, 0. We know this is the ones, this is the tens, this is the hundreds, and this is the thousands here. So this is going to be 3 times by 1000 is equal to 3000. So what is the place value of the 2? Well, we now know that 2 times by 100. So we've got the tenths. Well, that's not correct. The hundreds, right? Well, we know that this is the hundreds. Hundredths, right, is then a decimal place. And the tens, well, we know this is the tens. Okay, so it's the hundreds, not the hundredths, because that's then a decimal. Okay, let's activate this again. Okay, which digit 6? The digit 6 in which number represents a value of 6 ones? So 6 times 1, right, is equal to 6, which is equal to 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 ones there. So which digit is which? Digit 6, the digit 6 in which number represents a value of ones? Well, we know 600s, that doesn't have any ones, so it can't be A, right? Well, 16.4. Well, let's just remove the 0.4 because it's a decimal, and now we know this is in the ones because that's 10 plus 6. Whoops, that's 10 plus 6. So this is the 10. So the 6, that's looking good right now. Now 8.6, well, we've got 8 points. So we know all of this afterwards are decimals. So we can scrub that, and we know that 8 is in the ones. But the question is the digit 6, right? The digit 6. This would then be the hundreds, as we already said. This is then the ones, but then this is then the tenths, all right? 6/10 of 8. So this is wrong. So we know it's B, okay? And we'll do the next question. Next one. What is the place value of the 1 in 620? So we have 620 decimal 81. Well, we know that the first one is 1 divided by 10, right, is equal to 0.1, right? So the next digit would be 1 divided by 100 is equal to then 0.01, right? So we now know that this is it's not tens, because this is then this would be the tens position if this had decimals. This is the ones, and this is the tenths with the th on the end, tenths. So it's not tens, it's not hundredths, because this would be hundredths. And sorry, what is the place value of the ones? And here, well, the 8 is the tenths here, and the next digit is then 100ths in here. So we know it's the hundredths, not tenths, and not hundreds, because that would be, the hundreds would be this place here, right? 6 times by 100. So let's go check, and we are correct. The next one, the digit 7, in which number represents a value of the 7/10. So 7/10, we know it's a decimal because it's got tenths on it. And so this is going to be 7/10 is going to have a 7 next to the decimal. So we don't care what's to the left of it, just as long as it's got, let's just put here, the 7 is directly next to the 0, right? Well, we can see here that this y is then the 100ths, because it's divided by, so it's 1 divided by 100 is equal to 0.01, okay? Well, we know this is the 100ths, but this one is then the tenths. So it's going to be this one, right? The digit 7, in which number represents a value of 7/10. 7/10 is there. So, next question. What is the place value of the 7 in 0.675? So let's write it out. 0.675. Right, we know this is the ones, okay, which is 0. We've got a decimal. This is then the tenths, because it's divided by 10. The next one is then the 100ths here. And the next one is the 1,000ths here. So we now know that the tenths is the 6, the 100ths is the 7, and the 1,000th is the 5. So the question is, what is the place value of the 7? What is the place value of the 7? And remember, read the question. The place value of the 7 is the 100ths. So hundredths, not hundreds or thousandths or tenths. It's 100ths. Okay, next question. Okay, the digit 4. So, in which number represents a value of 100ths? Remember, it's got TH on the end and an S. Hundredths. So, the hundredths is, we know this number is the tenths, and this one is then the 100ths, and this one is then the 1,000th. So, which digit 4? So we have is the hundredths. Well, this one is a 9, so we've got 0.994. And once again, we have the tenths, the 100ths, and the thousandths. Well, the digit 4 here is in the thousandth, so that's wrong. Well, this next one, 4, is not in the ths. It's in the hundredths, so we don't want that. But this one here, 8.34, right? So the 3 is in the tenths, and the 4 is in the 100ths. So we know this one is the correct one, because 1 divided by 100 is equal to 0.01. So 1 and 4 are in the same position. So it can only be this one, 8.34, because 4 is 400ths. There we go. So awesome, you leveled up 7 out of 7, 625 points. That's it done. See you in the next one.